you know, Mr. Kendrick and I talked about this earlier, he's trying to get rid of his grass. So if you didn't water your grass, that's saving 16.5 million gallons a day. That's just from watering your grass. So just imagine other different ways that we could just cut back to help, you know, save and conserve, just like you said. So if this doesn't get your attention so far, let me bring it a little personal. I have a job, and I'm a waitress at IHOP, and I was thinking about my project at work. I had some free time, and I went to my manager and told him about my project. And I said, if the water here in Austin got so scarce, would you start charging people for it? Because when you walk into a restaurant, you can just be like, hey, can I get a glass of water? And it's free, and just keep getting refills. But I did a survey, and I contacted 5 of each restaurant: IHOP, Starbucks, Taco Cabana, McDonald's, and Jack in the Box. They were just pretty close. And I contacted 5 within the area of each, and majority of the restaurants said yes. I didn't ask them a specific price, but they said that they would charge you just to have a glass of water. So, something to think about. Would you rather save the issue now, or would you rather literally pay for it in the end? So, just something to remember. You know, every drop counts. Conserve as much as you can. Shake, shake. Thank you.
Now we have time for questions for Ty. We'll start out with the panel and then open it up to the rest of the audience.
I'm just wondering if you're still going to make a documentary.
Yeah, I'll be done with it next week.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, cool. Editing, please.
In your research, did you look into any possibility that this drought's going to be permanent? Because I'm from Lubbock, and a lot of people are worried that it's just going to straight up turn into desert.
No, for the city of Austin, I'm not sure about other places, but based on some recent history, in my documentary, I go into a little bit more detail about it. But what Bob was telling me, he said that it does not look like it'll be that decade drought again. This is our rainy season. As you see, it's getting better. So there's potential for it to end. It won't last 10 years for sure. So there's a chance for it to come.
After the project, were there any changes of the way you use the water?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I've been very appreciative of what I have. I now take really short showers. I still get clean, of course, but sorry, I still clean myself. But yeah, I'm really careful. I talk to my mom, like, Mom, you just wasted water that I just got for you. That wasn't free. I paid $0.25 for that. Drink it and appreciate it. So I've been noticing things and just kind of picking up.
You said you were going to make your documentary about creating awareness about the use of water. Have you considered putting into your documentary not just if the focus is on Texas, but how if they don't conserve water, if they don't use it in the right way, give them example of country that don't have water that has to deal with that problem already, so it can be more eye-opening as to what we'll get to if we don't start conserving.
I thought about it, but I wasn't, because after I showed you the chart when we were being compared to the other countries, it was kind of hard, because I was like, well, Texas is kind of small compared to those other countries, but now that I think about it, it's a good idea. It might scare people. Yeah, I like getting scared.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, you can open it up.
That's okay. Is there any more questions from the panel? Okay, then go ahead.
I feel bad. But so you did the documentary or whatever. Did you consider doing any advertising, like maybe what Anna Yelly did, to get it out there to people, to the community? Or?
After my final product is finished, I plan on YouTube is kind of like a big thing for videos right now, and probably will be for a long time. So YouTube was definitely a place for me to look at. I did some research downtown, how they often display movies that students have made in schools, and it's kind of like a free movie night. I plan on speaking to some representatives down there and just having people very long. It's like a documentary is about 20 to 25 minutes. It's pretty like to the point.
In your research, did you see anything about like resource reclamation and water recycling, and how is that affecting the
Yes,
shortage?
there are a lot of private organizations here in Austin that I did not know anything about, and through LCRA and talking to my mentors, he put me in contact with one, and she told me, she said that they try to let people know about this kind of issue, but people seem to put it on the back burner. They're like, oh, I know I'm supposed to conserve, I know I'm supposed to take a shorter shower, but I'll be okay. My water bill will be paid for or whatever. But I did do a lot of research in the whole water conservation, and I feel like that'll be like the big effect of my documentary.
After doing all this, do you think that water bills should be increased? Do you think it should be more expensive?
Oh goodness, that might hurt some hearts in here. At this point, honestly, I want to say no, but yeah, it's getting pretty tough because not only do we use that water, but a lot of agriculture companies use it, you know, to plant crops and things like that. So, I mean, if people paid more for it, like they do an iPad, I think they would respect it more and cherish it more and you know, just take care of it. So, I feel like maybe a little increase wouldn't hurt. Sorry.
Any more questions for Jane?
Maybe if you do pursue a profession in engineering, do you think there are any new engineering solutions to further conservation along that are not being evaluated now?
I actually didn't really find much about it. I know that a lot of the companies that I researched were trying to figure out a way to minimize the problem, but I don't know, that may be something I might have to work on and, and try to invent myself. But I don't know, I feel like it's something that we have to do, not necessarily something that can help. It's kind of more of like, you know, people have to get their head on the right track to solve it rather than rely on technology.
I was just wondering if in your research or in your documentary, you considered looking at how animals or habitats have adapted to the drought. How has it affected them or the environment?
In my research, I called, we took a school visit, engineering trip to HDR, and I spoke to a guy there. His name's really difficult, so I don't want to be disrespectful and pronounce it wrong, but he works by lakes where there are constant like fish and insects and all kinds of animals in that location, and he said that the water dried up so much it's like a drop of water, literally. Just that's what it looks like. So everything in that little river just died. So the animal population and the fish, they're getting hit really hard, really hard. A lot of lakes and reservoirs have just shrunk, and you can see like the dead fish bones. It's kind of gross. Yeah, they're just laying there. Getting hurt too.